You're welcome to today's Big Talks, the space where biblical principles and financial prosperity blend. BIG stands for business, increase, and growth. This is a platform from Liberty Christian Fellowship brought to you by the LCF business community, where we talk real, practical, biblical wealth. As the LCF business community, our mission is to become financially prosperous, grounded in biblical principles. And how do we do that? By equipping ourselves in the management of wealth, exploring not just how to get it, but how to guard it, grow it, and give it. Now, because when wealth is used right, it is a tool for positive impact and transformation. I'm your hostess, Irene Cafeiro. Now today, the fame of the guest's craft exceeds the person behind the business. She is a warm, engaging, humorous lady, a mother, a friend to many. And to be honest, whenever I'm in her presence, I live in awe about how effortless she makes it all look. Please welcome the founder of Cakes, actually, it's Cake. Yeah. Please welcome the founder of Cake to Differ, Rosette Werukusanga. Did I say that right, Rosette?
You did.
Hey, cheers for me. You're very welcome, Rosette.
Thank you.
Like I said, your craft exceeds you, even the cake to differ. It's like when you say to someone, cake to differ, they're like, But when you say Rosette, they're like, oh! So it's amazing to have you here with me today. Yeah. You're very, very, very welcome. Now, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for listening in, whoever is listening in.
Yeah.
And I thank you, Irene, for welcoming me to the Big Talk.
It's been a pleasure. Rosette, another one. I have been stalking you for a while, but this was when it was meant to happen. So I'm excited to have you here. Yeah. And I'm excited to hear about the journey of Cake to Differ, about Rosette's life, about the face behind the cakes we enjoy, left, right, and center. And yeah, I just want to get right into it and ask you about your journey. Are you happy to get into it?
Yes, I'm happy to get into it.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Now, do you want to share how it all began, if you can even remember?
Of course I can remember. You cannot forget such a thing.
Yeah. Okay, so how did it all begin?
So it all began in Harrow. I used to live in Harrow when I came down here. Actually, no, it's not. It didn't begin in Harrow. It began way before Harrow. It began when we were going to school. I went to school in Budo Junior School.
Hey.
Kabinja.
Kabinja. For those who know, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you don't, it's Budo Junior School. So
wow. So Budo Junior School is primary school. This journey starts in primary school.
Yes, it starts in primary school because we were brought up by my mom. Unfortunately, my dad died when I was going in primary 1 in Budo. Oh. So that's another story. But my mom now was left with 7 children.
Wow.
And all of us were in boarding schools. So she had to make sure that, when you're in boarding school, you take food, grab.
Yes.
It was called grab, but basically the essentials of what you're doing. So she taught us first of all, how to bake cakes, cookies, and bread.
Wow.
Because it was 8 of us actually, because there were other children. So she taught
in those 8, are you one of the older ones, one of the younger ones?
I'm number 3.
So you're one of the older ones being taught how to make this
How to make the snacks to take to school. And the more you make, whatever you make is what you take.
Ah.
So that's where it began.
So if you burn your snacks, that's on you.
Yes. Yeah, that's where the journey began. So now my baking skills came from there.
Okay.
And I had that skill, obviously. We were just using it for grub, taking grub home. And that was it. Then fast forward now to adulthood. I finished university. Obviously, the first thing, that time people were coming up from university straight to London if you had anything to do. So my sister was already there, Mercy, was already here in London. So I came to Mercy and, you know, life went on. Fast forward now, I had my children.
Okay. Alice and
Moses. But the child minding costs were too much. So I decided.
And can you imagine they're still too much? The child minding costs, nothing's chinging there, right?
Nothing is changing.
Anyway, go on. That's a side note.
But anyway, I know. So when one time I decided that, you know what, enough is enough, because I have to wake up very early in the morning, dress the children. 5 o'clock we're up. We're doing everything by the hour, by the clock. Everything was like 5 a.m. we have to wake up. 5:30, breakfast has to be served, and we are out of here by 10 to 6. We are at the childminder's door to leave my children there.
10 to 6.
Then I have to catch the train to go to central London to work, and then, you know, it was like a
treadmill.
Treadmill, yeah.
Like a hamster wheel. Morning time, 5:30, 6:50, let's go.
And now by the time you come back home, it's too late. It's too late for the children to help them with their homework and what. So I decided, you know what, I'm either going to lose the children or I have to lose my profession.
What profession was that?
Accountant.
You're an accountant?
I'm an accountant, CIMA qualified, Chartered Institute of Management Accounting.
Wow.
And I was earning good money. The money was good, but my children were
the sacrifice.
The sacrifice. So I decided that, you know what, I can go back to my profession once I bring up my children to a stage where they are able to fend for themselves, look after themselves, and I'm happy. But the children, once you leave them, and once you do not, you know, you don't nurture them from a start, you don't have time for them, then I might lose them. So I chose the children.
That's the tension of motherhood, as well as trying to make a career for yourself and finding what the middle ground is.
Yes.
Okay, so then you decide, you know what, career, pause. I am going to be a present mother.
Yes.
What did that end up into? What?
So now I decided I'm going to be a present mother. And now I started now looking at the skill sets I have. What can I do to still earn money, but at the same time look after my children?
Wow.
So now that is when I said, you know what, I can bake, I can cook, and I can decorate.
Wow.
Something.
So you looked at yourself and what you had already.
Yes.
It's like, what am I naturally endowed with already that I can monetize?
Yes.
Cooking, baking, decorating.
Yes.
And this is where this journey then takes on another life.
Yes.
Wow. So what was going on inside you during that season? Because you're saying I needed to look after the children, but also make money. So what thoughts did you have about money? What were you feeling for you to make that decision that I need to monetize who I am?
Yes. First of all, I think I in my mind, I knew that I did not want to be without money. In my mind, I knew that I will not beg to eat.
You needed your own income.
Yes. So, and I knew that if you look around, there is always something you can do to make money.
And who has that? Like, how do you have that software to think, I'm not helpless. There's something, if I look around, there's a way to earn while I'm scaling back from being an accountant.
Yes.
Where does that come from, you think?
I think it comes from my I think it's inbuilt. That's what I can say. I think I am the one who is built for that.
It's your nature.
It's my nature, yes. Yeah.
Then what do you have to say for someone who's it's not their nature? Is that okay? It's who you are. We all.
Well, everybody's different and everybody's wired different. But for those who say that it's not your nature, you can still learn it.
Okay, so it's not like, that's Rosette, that's who she is.
Yes.
That's not who I am.
Yeah.
If you desire,
Yeah.
because for me, what I had in there as well, you said, I knew I needed to have money.
Not to beg.
I did not want to beg for bread.
Yes, I did not want to beg for bread. And anyway, that's now from there. When I left the accountancy job, I have children and all that. I decided I'm going to do my own stuff. You know, I'm going to do something that is working around the children, taking them to school, collecting them. You know, I'm there for them.
Yeah, term time, school time, availability.
Yes. And then decided to buy a running business.
What is that?
In the UK here.
Like
because
running?
No. Yeah. A business that is still I decided to buy a business.
Okay,
yes.
That was already operational.
It was already in operation.
Something that already exists and you buy it up.
Yes. And because I knew that I can make cakes, that was it.
So you looked out for a cake business to buy.
There was a lady I used to go and buy stuff. I used to go and buy our cake craft stuff, you know, from her shop. And she told me she was going to sell her business. The business comes with a shop.
Yes.
But the shop has, you had to take on the lease, which was left of the property. So she told me all that, and me being just naive, I just said,
let's do this.
Let me do this. I have money.
I'm ready to buy.
I'm ready to buy. So, but she told me there is somebody else who was coming. She was going to speak to somebody else who had already put in her interest and what. And then I told her, anyway, just let me know if I can buy it.
And then what happened?
Then, unfortunately, she got back to me and she said that the other lady has put in her offer and everything.
And it's been
so I said, okay, that's fine. So now fast forward to after 1 year, I speak to her again. I bump into her and she told me, oh, you know, the person who bought my business is also struggling and she's looking to sell. And I said, I'll buy it.
Oh, you still had the interest?
Yes.
Because I was going to say, what's happened in the whole year between bumping into her?
No. I was still, and I remember I'm still working, I'm juggling.
You're still incubating this idea?
I'm just doing now agency work. Agency work, you choose the times to work. So when she told me that the business is still on sale, I decided, yes, I'm going to buy it. So she gave me the number to the lady. I went, we exchanged, bought everything. Now I become a shop owner.
Where was this?
Harrow.
In Harrow.
Springfield Road.
So this shop owner is a bakery. So it's a shop front for baking?
Baking, but she had also put in things for party wear shop. But I didn't want the party stuff.
Even if you had decoration skills.
Yes, I did. It was paper plates and what, and that's not how I was doing my stuff. So I told her to take it. Doesn't matter.
Take your stock.
Take your stock. I'll start afresh.
So what was this shop?
It was no, it was a cake shop.
Cake shop. Okay.
Yeah.
But now I know you're not in Harrow anymore. Are we gonna? Am I going to skip so many steps for you to bring me to like? What happened to Harrow now?
What happened to Harrow? I left Harrow. and then I came to Croydon.
You moved to Croydon.
Yeah.
What happened to the shop, the business you've bought?
The business I took on the shop, but sometimes you have to listen. The person who was responsible for the leasing and the rent and responsible for the shop, he told me that, Rosette, you know what? I'm not going to give you a lease right away. Finish the lease, which was 3 years. Finish the lease. And when you're ready, we will sign. But signing, you're going to sign a 15-year lease.
Yeah.
Are you really ready for it? So in my mind, I was like, why not?
Yeah.
You know? Why aren't I ready? Before I started. So he said, don't worry, we just have 1 year, we still have this, you will remember this. I've told you as you're going in. But let's take it a year at a time. But now remember, because I'm pushing to have a lease. Come on, give me a lease. Give me a lease for this property.
Why are you pushing to have a lease?
Because if you have a lease, then you can go and get a loan. If you have a lease, then you can do so much stuff. You can grow the business quicker. You remember, I'm fresh from SIMA. I know that get a loan, get a business loan.
You've done all your. This is how you forecast,
Yeah. So
the numbers were speaking to you.
But the bank said you first have to bring a lease.
Yeah.
We cannot give you a loan on that. So anyway, the gentleman told me that, no, I'm not going to give you a lease until you're happy, because I don't want you to be tied in. Because with a lease, you have to pay. Even if you want to leave, the only way to leave is to sell the lease to somebody. Yeah. But if you close, you still have to pay.
Regardless of whether you're trading or not.
So anyway, after 2 years, 3, I see that the business is just, there's no goodwill. We are struggling. I'm struggling. Now the money is not even there anymore. We've used up the savings.
What do you mean you're struggling? Are you not baking?
I am baking, but I'm not
orders
baking.
Not coming in?
No, but at that time I was alone. Yeah, I didn't have anybody I didn't have partners like how now I have my children who we sit down and say, this can work, that can work. There's no pros and cons. And I think I was big-headed that I was doing what I wanted to do. However much somebody was telling me that, this could be, I'll just say, no. I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
So, first of all, the goodwill had already expired in that 1 year that lady was bought that. Yeah. So there was the customers who were coming in all the time for the other lady who sold her shop were not there anymore. Things started going down. Still, I was making money from I was going to work now part-time.
So you're working part-time?
Part-time.
You're trying to make this business work, and you're still a mother.
I'm still a mother, remember, but I still have time for my children to take them from school and bring them back. It's like...
So the original intention is still there. That's still the main thing. It hasn't gone away.
It hasn't gone away. So now because I didn't even know first of all, I didn't do my research properly. Who were the people who were coming in to buy the cakes, the customers? What do they need? But me, I'm pushing something which I think they need and I think they would like instead, So I lose some customers along the way.
Because you're being driven by your own values, your own dreams, your own ambitions, but you haven't done some kind of value proposition to say, who am I gaining? What am I solving? What pains am I speaking to? So these customers are there, but you're not speaking to their need.
To their need, yes. So I'm just like, me, I don't do those cakes. The soft cakes,
For me, this is my expertise, and this is what you're going to eat. What I have to bring to the market. Wow.
So, but not only that, also my pricing was different from what they expected. So I think I wasn't doing business right.
So in hindsight, do you feel what would have made it better for you to, what could you have done different back then for you to have a better start? Or are these the pains of starting? You learn
Those
as
are
you
the
go.
pains of starting. You learn as you go, but you also have to go there prepared.
You go prepared.
Yes, you have to prepare yourself. You have to know your customers. You have to know what you're selling. You have to know some numbers as well, you know, and you have to listen to what the customers are saying. Yeah.
So what was the turning point then for you to say, first of all, the break clause is finished in the lease. I'm tied to this thing. I'm working
It's not
part-time.
finished yet.
It's not finished.
Yes,
But so what's the turning point for you to say, I'm sticking with it? Like, what were the crossroads?
I'm still thinking. In my mind, I'm like, okay, these customers who are coming here, there isn't any money, too much money coming out of here. So I decide now to, at my business plan for the first time.
For the first time. When had you made this business plan?
When I was going to buy.
When you wanted.
From she was called Frida's shop.
Yeah.
When I was going to buy from her, when I wanted to buy, I made a business plan.
Yeah.
But when she told me, you know, I just went in.
You know, Rosette, what I'm hearing? These business plans, we make them. They are there to help us.
Yes.
Don't just make it and keep it to the side and say, tick, I have a business plan. It's meant to be a living document that you look okay, at. So you remember, I have a business plan.
Let's go back and see what is there. And then I find out really you're making, okay, I started building my own goodwill. So after 1 year, I start now breaking even. Yes.
What changed for you to start breaking?
It's because now I know my customers. I know what they want. I can see who they are, and I compete against myself. I don't compete against anybody. I compete against myself.
Your own competition.
Yes.
You benchmark against yourself.
Yes. Every time we finish, like on a Monday or Tuesday, we are like, okay, guys, what did we do now? Yeah. But before I was doing that on my own, because remember I was the only one there. Nobody was supporting me. Yeah. It was me and my business and my, you know.
You are the chief executive. You are the marketing. You are everything.
Yeah.
But you still took time to stop and reflect.
Yes.
What's working, what's not working.
Going back on the drawing board. I went back to the drawing board. So, yeah, went back to the drawing board and I decided, you know what? I know now we are getting customers. We are getting big customers, like people who are willing to spend a lot of money, like... there are some people who come and they are competing against each other for their cakes. I remember the lady came
from a certain
country.
Oh, another country.
Yes, and she brought me a bag. I had never seen a Louis Vuitton bag. Actual.
A legit one, not
a legitimate one. She brings it and says, I want you to make this bag for my daughter. It's her birthday.
As in a cake.
Yeah, make it. But she gave me the bag and she left me the bag. I didn't think anything about the bag. So somebody comes in and she said, Rosette, do you know
this is a
legitimate bag? I said, what do you mean by a legitimate bag?
Are they all legitimate?
Are they all legitimate? A bag is a bag, so it's a Louis Vuitton bag. And then we do the bag. I made the bag, and you know. And for the first time, she said, this bag is exactly the same as the bag I've given you.
Yeah.
So I remember I had charged £100, and £100 then was really, you know, some money. And she gave me £400.
She gave you double because she knew what she was coming for.
Then from there I said, okay.
Ta-da! There's a light bulb going on saying.
I said, you know what now? Let me make cakes which are designer cakes. So
Yeah.
now let me now start looking into what is there, what is on the market, what is what. So,
Yeah. Okay.
and then she had her people, and you know, they were coming in, and they are bringing for me Tiffany boxes. They are bringing they are bringing
like,
shoes.
this is exactly what I want.
This is what I want. This is what I want. There's a man who came and brought a Rolex
And left it with you.
with me, me.
Yeah.
And it was an actual Rolex in a box.
Yeah.
And she told me, this is what I want. There's a lady who came also with the Bollywood dancers. They were in the V&A theater. They were celebrating a 40th birthday cake, 40th birthday for somebody, but they had hired the V&A museum.
In Kensington.
Yeah, in Kensington. And I said, wow, where are all these people? There's money to be made.
It's like, where am I in this world? And what?
Hey.
But then that means, remember the other Rosette who was saying, I don't make this. This is what I make. And then as you go on, word has gone out somehow.
Yes.
People have started finding you.
Yes.
And then they've exposed you to a whole other different world.
Yes.
Would you say that was you? Are you still in Harrow then?
I'm still in Harrow.
Wow.
In that shop.
Was that another turning point?
It was a very big turning point because, but at the same time, I'm saying to myself that, you know what, this thing of 15 years, in 15 years, will I be able to manage?
The lease.
Yeah, the lease. Am I still going to be making cakes? You know, is there anything else I can do instead of cakes? Which was what?
Because remember, you've started this thing, you know you can cook, you can bake, you can decorate, and you know that there's more to you.
Yes, and now I've been opened up to a world where there is money.
I know. So the whole point was, remember also, you started saying, I need to have my own income, I will not beg.
I will not
So
beg.
the money is still very much a driving point.
Yes.
And your passion
and
for,
my passion
and
for
your
even
skills.
And even now because now my creative self is being, you know, put
Stretched.
out. Because I remember the lady for the Bollywood dancers, she just drew the Bollywood dancers, you know. And she gave me and said, this is the cake we want. It doesn't matter how much it's going to cost. I said, it doesn't matter how much it's going to cost. I said, okay. I will cost it nicely and I'll let you know. Yeah.
So at that point, were you aware that you were possibly, you remember that person who you charged 100 and they paid 400? Were you aware that you were underpricing your craft?
I wasn't. I wasn't aware that I was underpricing my craft. And that is when I said that, you know what, this craft is more expensive than I look at it. Because to me, a cake is just a cake.
Yeah.
But then if I present to you a cake which is differently, not just a round cake.
Yeah. It speaks for itself.
Yes.
So I almost hear that for you, maybe there was a turning point that it stopped being just a cake. A cake is an experience.
Exactly.
It's not just let's bake and you have cake at your function. It's like what is this cake communicating? And why are these people? Then also what I hear is there's people out there where you're good at something, but for them they're seeing like for you you're probably thinking you're silver. They're seeing gold.
Yes, exactly. Those people they actually, I think they opened up my creative self. So that's when I decided that now, Rosette, I have to teach myself how to use different mediums and what. So I decided to now go and get courses.
So it involved a bit of reskilling or upskilling.
Upskilling,
It stopped being just about baking.
Yes, it wasn't about baking. The baking, you already got the baking. But now, how do I make a cake that is different? Yes.
Wow. Now, I still want to understand at that point, you're still juggling the 15-year decision. Have you made a decision then when you go to upskill? Because now you've decided earlier you said, when you were talking about the 15 years, you were wondering, will I always be baking? Could I be doing something else? But then here you are going to upskill.
Yes.
So how
now
are you
I
juggling
go
those
to
decisions?
Now I got to upskill. I remember I looked for courses. I was going to America first. There's a culinary school in America, but then again the children.
Hang on, you're in Harrow. What are you doing looking at
I just want to be big and better to what I'm doing.
You have a hunger to be the best at this thing.
And there was actually, there was a wedding I went to. There was somebody, they got married and they had this cake. The wedding was in Alexandra Palace. They had a cake. Doves flew out of that cake. And it was so huge.
Yeah.
So the person who did it was a Greek individual, a Greek man. His name was Halepi. So I found out where Halepi's bakery was, because I said, this is what I want to do. So now I'm following. I've seen somebody who's doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I go to Halepi.
You go and pursue
I find out where his bakery is. I go to his bakery. I'm just looking at the cakes, different cakes. You know, I used to get a bus from Harrow to Halepi.
Where was Halepi's bakery?
Wood Green, after Wood Green.
Okay.
I think not Stamford Hill, but after Wood Green.
Basically the north end of the river.
Yes, I used to get the 221, go up, and then just get a bus, and I'm just looking, staring.
What's going on in your mind while
in my mind? I'm staring and saying, I really want to do what he's doing. So I go to him. I asked him, do you do training? He said, no, I don't have time for trainings. I said, okay. That was because my sister lived in Turnpike Lane as well. So I used to see her like every weekend. So every weekend.
You first did tour to Halepi.
Put the kids, go to Halepi. Look through Halepi's window to see anything new. And then I buy Halepi's cakes.
What do you mean?
I bought the cake
to take it apart.
Just to take it apart. Because he used to do
it's like, if you're not going to train me, I'm going to get inside your mind.
Inside your mind and see how do you do that cake? Anyway, we got the cake. I buy a cake. I ask him, how do you do these things? First of all, I told him, I want you to give me the decorations on their own and the cake on its own. He said, I can't do that. It all has to come in once. So I've spent a lot of money at Halepi's place. I'm telling him, do this cake, do that cake, do this cake, do that cake.
Because you're learning.
Yeah, I'm learning.
You're teaching yourself by going to who you've identified. Like, if you're not going to teach me, I'm going to get inside your mind and learn how to do what you're doing.
Then
at this point, you've given up on America and all those courses?
No, with the American course, it was the money
and
where to leave the children.
Okay.
That time I think that time it was about $3,000. Just for the course. Just for the course, and there's no way I wasn't affording that.
And it's not only $3,000; it's the childcare, it's the travel,
here, and the travel, and
the accommodation. So it all comes up.
So I left that one. Then after Halepi, then we learned about exhibition of cakes in Auscott. My sister Mercy, and guess what?
You opened a stall.
Yeah, we went and bought a stall. We said, Mercy, we are doing it. We are opening a stall.
At this point, you're still learning, or you feel like I've got enough?
I've got enough to,
okay. Yeah.
I can't.
To put myself out there.
Put myself out there. But before that, actually, after the Auscott, when we went to the Auscott, we started exhibiting. We paid a lot of money to exhibit for 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
And we got some customers.
Hang on. So when you go to say, I'm going to exhibit in Auscott, do you have an end game?
No.
Or you just want the experience of, do you
Of
know
I
that
want
I am
that.
going to go and get at least 10 customers, then this will make it worthwhile?
No, there is no worthwhile. If you are chasing a dream, you don't even think about the cost.
What do you mean?
Honestly, that was how I was doing it. I was just thinking about how much, because I've grown up with money, so I don't really think money is a problem until until I stopped working. Not grown up, okay, not grown up with money,
but
but I've been with money.
Unfamiliar.
It's not unfamiliar, and I know that I can make money. Honestly, that I still do. Take me somewhere and tell me to start something, I'll start something, and I now make money. Now that I know God. Before, remember, I haven't even told you my story of where now God comes in. For now,
at this point, Halepi, Scott, you're doing your thing on your own steam.
On my own steam.
Wow.
I'm looking at my sisters who go to church, and I'm like,
what's up?
Well,
you're wasting your time. Let's make money.
They're just taking your money. No? With the people who are not, if you don't even know who you are, you don't even know.
And those people are the ones telling you who you are now.
And I'm looking at them and I don't see any difference. That's why it's important when you're a child of God to show people that I'm a child of God, and people would want to know who your God is by what you're doing.
By what you're doing. That's very true. That's very true.
You don't have to be there misrepresenting God.
Yeah.
So maybe that was a misrepresentation on the part of my sisters and what, because I couldn't see them anywhere.
So they were not making this God thing attractive?
Not at all. It was just prayer time, night prayer, what.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So now, we got to Scott, we get some
good customers
come out of it. I start doing Scott every year now. That was one thing. But when I went to Scott, I see so many things that I can do, because I saw some other cakes. For example, I saw the rice paper cakes, different kinds of cakes, the profiteroles. I look at these different things.
Desserts.
I see the chocolate fountains, wine fountains. Then I said to myself, you know what? It's not just the cakes I'm going to do.